What's going on, everyone? Just coming at you real quick to share with you another lesson I've been learning lately. And what I really like about my channel here is I just kind of stay in a state of awareness in my life, or try my best to be as aware as possible and conscious as possible about the experiences I'm having and basically my reality and my own perceptions. So in my last video I talked about the mind of a warrior, and I told you guys I was going to war. I'm going to war. Building a house over here. It's been 1 week. Actually, it's the end of week 2 today. I'm driving home after a long week. We got all the walls framed. We got most of the sheathing up on the walls. The crawl space and subfloor is all in. So we've been flying around going crazy. It's been an all-out battle. But what I didn't realize when I said I was going to war is the war was not what I was expecting. Not at all. It ended up being more of a mental war, and let me tell you guys what happened. Last week didn't go very well mentally for me because the guy I'm working with and I kind of butted heads a little bit. He's a little more experienced in this line of work than me. I'm more of a concrete foundation / excavator / landscaping guy. That's kind of my experience. That's my forte. And he's more of a specialist in framing. So that's kind of what we're doing. And he's kind of, I guess, taking the lead on this job for the most part because he knows a lot more about what needs to happen. So I'm taking as much responsibility as I can to get things done, but at the end of the day, he gives me a lot of suggestions on how things can be done or what to do, and I started taking it personally, like he was trying to order me around, and that was the kind of the lesson I learned. And I wanted to title this video Transmutation, because the lesson I learned in the last 2 weeks is you can't take things personally at work. When you're working on a project, when you're a man and you're around other men, and it's a high testosterone environment, there's not a lot of emotion, there's not a lot of touchy-feely stuff. It's a lot. Sometimes it just comes down to sheer brute force, and you just really got to bust things out and get the job done. And it's a high intensity environment, and it's sometimes emotions come up, like, oh, I started to feel offended because I felt like he was ordering me around. But in reality, that was something I made up in my own head. That was a mental battle I created on my own. I really don't think he meant anything personal by making these suggestions on what to do and how to do things. It's basically just he knows a little bit more about what's going on, so he's gonna kind of try to guide the way things are going, if that makes sense. And my mistake is I took things personally, and I started to kind of get down on myself, and my self-talk started to go down the drain. But then, as I tell you guys, I try to stay conscious and aware as I can about my experience and my reality. So it popped up. I was like, oh, aha, this is another lesson I need to be learning about not taking things personally. And then I was listening to a talk by my mentor, Will, and he was talking about how you can't ever take anything personally. And it really reminded me of the book, The 4 Agreements. I forget who it's by, something Ruiz. I think Ruiz is his middle name. It's a fairly popular book, you guys might know. But it's called The 4 Agreements, and it really goes into the Toltec tradition. And it gives you these 4 agreements in life. And one of the main pillars of Toltec society or whatever, or Toltec wisdom, is to never take anything personally. And that was really the lesson I had to learn, was sometimes you got to transmutate these bad feelings that are brought upon you and realize that they're coming from you taking things personally, or just battles you've made up in your own head. So there you have it, guys. I just wanted to tell you a quick little story. But other than that, things are going really well. We got that house framed. We're just gonna get trusses on Tuesday. Today's Friday, so on Tuesday we're gonna get the trusses. And we're just gonna keep hammering away. So hopefully when we get that roof up, we get a little bit of shade, because it's really hot out here. I don't know if you guys can tell, I'm a little bit red from the heat. My white skin does not like this heat out here. It's just straight sun and not a lick of shade. But anyway, guys, I hope you all are having a great day, and I hope you're staying positive. I hope you are checking in with yourself a few times a day, checking in with your self-talk, keeping things positive. But anyway, guys, hope you have a good one. I'll catch you on the next one.